Guys, welcome back to Coding. In the last video we were learning about how do we need to code in C++. Now today in this video I'm going to discuss about how we'll start coding in Python language, what is Python and how do we code in Python, what is the usability of Python, what are the functions that are available in Python and how do we need to exactly code in Python. So guys, if you like my video, do like my videos and also subscribe to my channel and do watch the video till the end to learn what do we mean by Python and how do we need to execute the code. Question arises whenever we learn about a programming language that what is the purpose of this programming language, that how it makes the programming language different from the other languages. So when we talk about Python is also a high level programming languages, but it works with the application so that we can make the data very simply, or we can say like we can do some web programming or we can work upon data science or also we can work upon artificial intelligence. The Python is that kind of language, high level programming language, which provides us an open source platform through which we can build various types of applications, maybe it web applications or maybe regarding gaming, maybe computer application, processing upon the images, networking, artificial intelligence. All these things can be performed with the help of Python. So when we are talking about Python first of all we told that it is a open source software. So that's why it is easy to learn because there are hardly any syntax or hardly any header files that were to be included in any other programming languages. We just need to type the code and we can run the code interactively or other way. So it is also a case sensitive language like all other languages are, means if a smaller case letter depicts something else, the uppercase letter depicts something else. So basically when we are talking about Python, you can view over here that Python is a high level programming language which performs and helps us to build web applications, gaming and computer applications and many more things. And it has a larger scope and it relies just upon the indentation of the data. Now, when we understand what is the Python is basically an open source software in which we hardly need to learn about the syntax or anything as we used to learn in any other language. So, with its basic simplicity and various things, Python also provides us with two types of functionalities within it. So, whenever we are using a Python language, we can write the code in two forms. One is the interactive mode and other is the text mode. When we talk about the interactive mode, whenever we are talking about the interactive modes means that whenever we are telling something to someone, we get a response back. That is known as an interaction. So when we are talking about Python and in the interaction in the Python languages, like whenever you will type something in a Python code, you will get the result as it is. So like in C++, what we were doing when we need to print the hello world message, we need to understand the header files included with it, we need to understand the statements that were included in it. But when we are talking about Python, we do not need to understand what are the statements included in, what are the header files included in it. Just you need is a Python compiler. As you can see over here in front of you, this is the Python compiler in which you need to write the code and you will get the desired output. For example, let me give you an example. I want to print a message, say hello world. So what I will do, I will just simply type print and in brackets I will write down hello world. So when I will write hello world in the brackets, so what I will get? I will just get the answer displayed. The result will be hello world. Now you can see whenever I just type hello world, I get the desired result, that is hello world. Similarly, if you want to perform some operation like you want to perform some plus, addition, subtraction. So what you need to do, you just need to perform that operation and write, you will get the desired result. Like now we are doing what? We are adding 2 plus 2. So what we are getting the result? The answer is 4. So what you have done, we have just added the result and we are getting the answer. As we told that it has an interactive mode, so interactive mode helps us perform various functionalities. So when we are talking about various functionalities means that what can Python perform itself. Like if you want to perform addition, you need not like to write a full program. Just what you were doing, you were just writing the numbers that we need to add and when we are getting the result in that particular program. Similarly, if we want to calculate a exponent operation by using the operators that are available. When we are talking about an exponent operation, we use a asterisk sign. So, like here you can see an example. I have put an exponent expression as 2 asterisk signs, 2 into 2 asterisk signs and multiply by 5. So I get the result that is 2 exponent 5 is 32. Similarly, as we were using the plus sign for adding two numbers, we can also use the plus sign to add two strings. That is known as a concatenation of the string. For example, if I want to add these two things like spam plus report. So what I have done, I have written spam in double quotes and then the plus symbol and then I have written report in double quote. So what I will get the result, I will get it as spam reports. That means they are joined together and I also get the concatenation of the string. Another thing that we can perform in Python is that we can write the code 2 to 3 times just by the interactive mode. So what do we mean by just by the interactive mode? Like if I want to write the report 3 times. So how I can write spam, or I can write that particular report in the print statement and multiply it by 3 so that I can get the desired result. We have is a text mode. When we are talking about a text mode, what we do, we will write the whole program just in that particular file in any of the text editor and just save it with the help of a .py extension. When we are talking about a .py extension, mean that it is a Python file. So what we will do, we will record that particular data or somewhere, and after that what we will do, we will compile that particular code in the Python file. I'll show you also that how we will execute that particular file when we are learning more about Python programs, when we are using it with the text file. Till now you must be clear about how do we perform it with the interactive mode. That how we need to code in Python, that how we need to write the code and how we need to execute the code. So the thing that we require mostly in a program is a variable. That variable is the only part in a program that assigns a name and also stores some particular value into it. So when we are talking about a variable allows to store a value, assigning a name to it, which can be used in a program later. For example, whenever we play a game, we see that we made some particular record, so it gets recorded somewhere. So next time when we are going to play that game, either we beat that record or we get less score about that. So that's a variable which is storing all your details. So in C++, what we learn, we need to define the data type whenever we are defining the variable. But in case with Python, it is a different thing. In Python, as soon as we write a word, for example, if I written a and equals to 10, so it will automatically treat it as a variable and assign the value of a as 10, which can be used in the code anywhere. We do not need to define the data type that a is of integer type, that a is of float type, and a is of any other type. We just need to write that number and it will automatically check out that which type of data is that involved into it. When we are talking about variables, we just need to keep in mind that what are the some naming rules or what are the things that we need to keep in mind. So as I told you, in Python we do not need to define any data types, so just we need to consider that it should contain some letters, it could contain some numbers, and can contain a underscore sign. But whenever we are naming a variable, it cannot start with the underscore sign or nor it cannot start with a number. These are some of the naming rules that you need to understand while coding in Python, that what are the things that we need to keep in mind while we are writing a variable. You can see in front of you what are writing rules that we need to define in front of a variable. Now we have some variable, just with the type of the data, it will get us to know that what type of variable we have used. So when we are writing a string, it will take it a text type data, means it is a string. When we are taking it as a numerical type data, it will accordingly check out if it has a point value, then it is a float, else it is a int type of variable. Next we have some various other kinds of data types, or we can say variables, that are included, which are based upon some functionalities. These are just the name of the variables that we are using in Python. Type of thing is that involves in Python is that we can also check out the type of data that is associated with that variable. So when we want to check the type of data type that is involved with that data, so what we can use, using the type function. Just we need to write down that variable and write down type function, as you can see in the example. From that you will get to know that what is the type of data type which is involved in that variable. You can see the output also, then what statement we have written to check the data. So the next type of thing is that if we want to take the input from the user, like all the thing what we were doing, we were just giving the data to the compiler that it needs to execute. But if we want some data that is to be given to the from the user, means it needs to enter. For example, if you want to enter some marks, so what you will do, we will give some input from the user. So to get input from the user, we use a input function. In the variable like x over here, we have used the input function, and then we have displayed the desired result. You can also see a small program in which you can understand that how we are taking input from the user and getting the desired result. Guys, I think you must be clear that what is Python, how we need to code in Python, what are the two types of modes that are available in Python, and what is a variable, and how we take a input from the user. So guys, if you understand what I tried to explain you, so do like my video and do subscribe to my channel if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, and also share it with your friends. And also guys, you can visit my website and also my Instagram page. I give the link in the description. Do follow it and also subscribe to my channel, and do implement these things to learn the language. So guys, if you like my video, do like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching.